Yes, sir. Once again, it's on. It's the 8th degree in the mathematics. Filming live, Brooklyn Naval Yard, world famous. We're here at the Break Bread Studios. I'm your host, Borna L, and we're here, build or destroy. We have some illustrious guests here tonight. Today, I should say.
Yeah.
My brothers from another mother, Mr. Robbie Nova. What's up, Robbie?
What's up, man? Born, what's good, man?
Okay.
Pleasure to be here, man.
And my big brother.
Yes, sir.
From the foundation, the guard body, A.U. Hogan.
Peace.
A law understanding. Hold on, brother. I ain't finished. A.K.A. Councilman Tate. A.K.A. Lucien Jenkins. How you doing, big brother?
I'm good, brother. Beloved, I'm just pleasure being here, man.
It's blessed to have you here, brother.
Yes, sir.
Starting the new year off in the most righteous way.
Yes, sir.
I would like to go into a couple of things first and foremost. Big brother A.U., kind of tell us where you from, you know, how you grew up, and things of that nature. Kind of expound on that, if you don't mind.
Okay, it's a quick life. I've only been here a couple of decades, like 7 of them. South Jamaica, Queens, Basie Park houses. Went through transitions from the early 60s to the 70s, 80s and 90s, so whatever kind of movement or moments that happened in the black community in New York, I was at least either somebody was an onlooker of it or someone participated in it, and then an educator of young people come behind me to try to find different steps, from it. A lot of people think that experience is the best teacher, but I beg to differ. The experience of others should be able to teach us, but we don't learn that way. We want to prove to ourselves that that's going to happen, and we want to teach young people that you don't have to go through it to get through it.
That's true. That's true. Why reinvent the wheel when brothers like you already invented the wheel, laid the tracks, the whole 9 yards? So I've known you for many years.
Yes, sir.
And the transition is amazing, brother. You've went from being in the streets,
yes, sir,
to becoming an advocate for others, to becoming a politician.
Yes.
Now an actor and a thespian, more or less.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
so this gives the youth many angles on how they could do stuff. You a beacon of light for them if they ever have to ask, which direction should I go, brother? Or do you see any strengths in me? Mm-hmm. And that's definitely a blessing. And continue to work. Now, you also work with Miss Erica Ford. Am I correct?
Yes, my sister.
Okay.
My sister with the big afro. Yes.
Can you kind of expound on how your relationship has mended into what you guys have going on right now?
Well, me and Erica, we met in college. She knew the guards anyway, because Erica was always around. Even when she was a teenager, she's always was interested in social movement. We met formally in 1991, 92, when Chancellor Reynolds was threatening to raise CUNY rates for college students. We went from a day protest. We got enough buzz to get all the colleges to participate in this particular movement, and we locked ourselves inside of York College in 92. She was a little different than I was. I think she was more strategic about it. And as my history, I wanted to be more agitated.
Right.
I wanted shit to go down,
Right.
in that time. But she had as a younger sister than me, she had a different kind of vision of the long run. I wanted an immediate, gratification at that time. That you want to make a change. Let's confront these people here. But instead, we went into Atrium. So we became interesting. Erica finds me, like every 5 years, on stage.
Right.
She comes, sees my performances. After you get off, she has this long conversation about, yo, brother, I want you to teach some young people some acting.
Right.
And so I get in there to teach people acting. There'd never been an acting class, beloved, because we get into my street work and
right.
My history there, and understanding the methodology of how to approach a four-corner cement place that's never going to move. and individuals that's never going to get ownership from individuals that claim it. And once you let young people know that you really don't own this block, they'll stop thinking that they have to stay on that block forever.
That's correct.
You know, so we met a long time ago, and we rock and roll each and every day now since 2013 when the crisis management system came into existence.
And am I correct to say your group is Life Camp?
Yes, Life Campaign, yes.
Okay, now how long has Life Camp been founded?
Well, Life Camp been founded in 2002 by Sister Erica Ford, a young person that she knew the mother and father very close to had got killed on Hillside, off of Hillside Avenue. And, you know, she desired to make a change because, I don't know if you remember, but Erica used to have that big poster up of so many different brothers that lost their lives to any kind of violence. And that was with the Ja Rule Life Camp then, right, beloved? And so in 2002, she just started accumulating, you know, other people's, and unfortunately that there was a period where crime was really, in our community, was really escalating. And the sister seen a desire and also a commandment to try to change things. So she never called me to do this. She never called anybody, but she created a spot and a space that was the magnetic that the still attracted to. And the still meaning the community, and the magnet was her idea. Creation is the idea that's born into reality. And we were just coming from the City Hall press conference moment, you know, right after we got here. In 10 years, the crisis management system has been existing. In 5 years, Peace Week is on a New York City charter, as far as knowing that this is an actual event that happens. You know, so it's been a while.
So from the Life Camp, y'all doing Peace Week from the 15th to the 22nd,
yes.
Correct? Would you like to expound on, Robbie, different locations where y'all going to be at?
Oh, everybody could go to the website, peaceweek.com, and we got every day we got something going on. If you got an event going on that's like catered to, you know, peace and doing something for the kids, you can actually upload that event, and we got different sites everywhere that could go show support and all that. But peaceweek.com, you could get all of that stuff. Yeah.
And Robbie, tell us how you got connected with Life Camp and the whole nine, and kind of expound on, you know, how you grew up and where you from, and let the people know.
Well, I'm from Queens, and, you know, AU's from the south side. I'm from the north side. So I'm from a place, Queens Village, they call Shadyville. Right. So that's where I grew up at. And, me and Erica was through me just doing music. At the time I met her, I'm thinking 2007, 2008, right. And she used to do these school tours where she used to go into the school, you know, they would talk, and performers. So I hooked up with her through Tonebird, through Mook Diamond. She needs performers. So that's how I got into it. Like you said, she is a spot. Right. You magnetize to it. So I went there as a performer, and being around it so much, you know what I'm saying? And we're not from the same neighborhood, but we get the same effects where people are dying, and, you know, we lose friends, and you start dealing with her one way, but then you start getting affected by everything that's going around. You know what I'm saying? So it's a compassion thing, you know what I'm saying? So again, went there, started as a performer, then it's like, you know, I could do more. You know what I'm saying? We could do more, and then we've been locked and loading ever since.
I'm glad you have the angle for music to be in a positive way. Okay?
Absolutely.
And that's a great thing, because a lot of people think when they make music, they have to kind of conform to what, you know, what's going on and stuff like that.
I do it all, but I understand that you could do music for, if you open up as an artist, any type of music will open up so many different doors you never thought. Correct. You know what I'm saying? So me doing this positive music, or doing, you know, whatever type of music is, I have to have a music for every basically situation. You know what I'm saying? And then that's my life either way. No matter what type of music, it's still a part of my life. It's me wanting to stop violence or doing positive music. That's a part of my life. That's something that I want. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's something I've been through. So I'm humbled, and, you know, I'm glad I'm able to do it.
Bro, you're very humble, but people don't know you're very talented too, brother.
Thank you very much.
Look out for my man Robbie Nova. He's coming out. Big things. Okay. And how did you happen to meet Mr. AU here?
the same.
12
Like
to
he was
this-
locked. By the time I came on
Right.
board, he was locked in with Erica. So you know they the OGs setting the foundation.
That's
We
correct.
just fall in line and
That's
follow
correct.
suit. You know what I'm saying?
That is
So
correct.
and it's just, I mean, like you said, these started in 2002. I came 2007, 2008, and it's been like, you know, family every day. We all on the same page.
Right.
Ups, downs,
Right.
arounds. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? So it's been a great ride because we actually seen like a seed. Like, man,
Right.
her idea was a seed,
Right.
and like now it's like it's just growing. Like it's
sprouting.
not
Yeah.
blousing, but you just see it
Mhm.
growing and turn into something.
Right.
And that kind of dedication, whatever you got going on in life, if you see somebody stay committed to what they're doing, then you got to trust the process in your own life. Because
Mhm.
Erica went, like, you know what I'm
Right.
saying,
Yeah.
and she stayed with it. So that's amazing.
Yes, we have good people that set role models and they show the transition,
Hmm.
the reinventing of self.
She's a prime example. Like, 'cause she
Reinventing
went.
herself.
He'll tell you, she was angry
Yes.
at one time,
Right.
angry for the right reasons.
Right.
But angry can't get you through certain doors.
That's
You know what I'm
correct,
saying?
yeah.
So
That's
she's
correct.
definitely a transitioning and reinventing. She's definitely that, but still with her passion. So
Right.
this organization is a beautiful organization, and she opened up so many doors for other organizations too.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So that's good that the listeners can get aware of that.
Absolutely.
Especially
Stay
where
in
we
touch.
come from.
Mhm.
And I noticed that you said y'all just left City Hall.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
That's big.
Yeah, it's
The
10
10
years,
10 years.
10th year anniversary on Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. It's amazing when you look at. I go into the office and then the other office. There's
Right.
two offices we have in South Jamaica now, and whenever we get lost and focused and lose focus, I say, this girl had a thought. She has 10 people who are incarcerated over 20 years and that are getting decent salaries,
Right.
that are changing their lives and their behavior. I know when she first envisioned about peace, she wasn't thinking about hiring
Mhm.
former incarcerated individuals.
Not thinking about having
Right.
two
Not
offices.
having two offices, not having these strong people that are around her in her support. So I really always pay homage to that first idea. Creation is the idea that is spawned into reality. And when you see that what is spawned, it's unbelievable and remarkable. You know, we had Captain Dennis from the Nation of Islam here for the week. He's coming out of Ohio. We had Brother Nori at Life Camp the other day, and other places. You go to the Knick game with Erica. She watched half of the game and everything else. She's networking,
Right.
putting people in place where you can
Right.
teach young people not just about how to play the game,
Right.
about how to market, how to own the business, how to work at Madison Square Garden, not as an usher,
Right.
but as a part of the team. You know, so she's a remarkable person. And when you look at Life Camp, you know, Life ignites freedom through education.
Right.
You know, when you look at that, when you look at it 10 years from now, when you've seen all them brothers and sisters that was on them steps today, we're looking at the world, but in 10 years, the world is going to be looking at us.
That sounds like a powerful moment.
Brother
Sound
Bourne,
like a powerful
very
moment.
powerful,
Yeah.
you know. And we was thinking of creative today for the weather.
Yes, yes.
Because we've been out there when it been
used to be
snow.
raining when we
Yeah.
out there. Every year we done had
Right,
rain.
yeah.
So today was like just a celebration of everybody that's on the front line doing the work. You know, it's a 10-year anniversary for Peace Week, but it's also a celebration to the brothers and sisters
Right.
that do the work every single day and put their lives on the line. Because
Right.
it's bigger than us. It's
Salute.
bigger than me and AU here. Like,
That's right.
again, it's spread it out, and there's real people, you know what I'm saying, putting their life on the line and stopping gun violence and helping bringing it down. So, you know, salute to them.
True indeed.
Oh.
Brother, during Peace Week, I also know that y'all doing a play at the help me out, brother.
JPAC, Jamaica Performing
Okay.
Arts Center.
Uh-huh.
But the night before the play, Peace Week is also having a Laughter to Heal, which is hosted by your friend, Born Ruler,
Oh, yes.
Reverend
Yes, sir.
Hogan. You
Yes,
know,
sir. Big brother.
Big brother, yes. And so, you know, it's an accumulation event. And Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we having the event Jesus Hopped the A Train,
Right.
where I play an individual that's on death row. And what I'm trying to teach another young person that's in the play, that the things that I've done, he doesn't have to go through because he's in prison for
Right.
almost the same thing I am.
Right.
But he think it's okay because he's young and he got that much time.
Right.
And it's a great lesson from one, also the lawyer, who speaks about how we're misrepresented
Right.
in the criminal injustice system.
Right.
You know, and so when you look at this piece, you know, I put it on in 2015 at York College, and I said if I'm ever going to do theater again, because we did a couple of films this past year, but I said if I ever do film again, I'm going to produce this Jesus Hop the A Train.
Right.
And it's something that everyone needs to see.
Sounds very interesting.
You know,
brother.
it's crazy. You're going to be laughing and crying and very scared a few times
Right,
too.
right.
If you're a young person that think it's okay to
Right.
do crime, to
Right.
be violent and stuff
That's
like
correct.
that. You know, so it's going to be a very interesting piece this weekend coming up.
Okay. And that's going to be
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
Friday at 8, Saturday at 6. We have a talk back with the community,
Okay.
and Sunday at 4.
And where could our audience get tickets and stuff like that?
Oh, that's, you can go on the Eventbrite with Pristine Playhouse. Just put in Eventbrite and type in Jesus Hop the A Train.
Okay.
Jesus Hop the A Train.
Wow, sounds interesting.
You know, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, and I saw a little clip that you put up there, man. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
very impressed. Bro.
Yeah.
Brother A is gone, man.
Oh,
He's
he
doing
going
the
in.
thespian
He
work
going in.
now.
Yeah,
What's going
man,
on,
yeah.
man?
Yeah, well, you know, I after I was fighting, you know, I'm a Golden Glove champion.
Right.
And you know, I was working at Roy Wilkins, and Carl Clay out of the Black Spectrum Theater was doing a film called Justice Is Done. That was about handgun violence. We're talking about 1993.
Right.
You know, and so I went to audition for it. They had me playing this passive role, you know, and then they had a mean guy coming to me.
Right.
So I was more meaner
Right,
than the guy to me. So they switched the roles up, boy. You know, I played the mean guy that was incarcerated
okay.
and stuff
And it
like
was
that.
like, that's what
it was
it
that.
is.
That
Yeah.
was it. From then, it went crazy after that. Where I've been blessed with the talent. The job that I have as chief of streets of Life Camp Inc. I do a lot of work with making police officers and police leadership accountable for our communities. You know, so that gets real. You know, it gets real serious at times. But I'm able to get time enough to also pursue the talent that I was blessed by the Creator. And the Lord
True
said,
indeed.
do this and do that.
True indeed.
Because we don't never need to be 100 years old and say, I wish I could have done that. Robbie Nova wouldn't get a job and stop singing. I go look for him
Facts.
and fight him on his job and make him lose it
Right.
to get back to singing. Because that
Right.
brother's voice is so remarkable
Right.
to get locked up in some work.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, it contradicts what we're here for.
Right.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So in doing all of this stuff, do you think you ever going to get back into politics the way you were?
Well, yeah, I'm in politics right now better than we ever been before.
Yes, sir.
Not to run for an office, but to make sure black people are the only people that don't hold elected officials accountable for the offices that they're in. We elect people
Facts.
because we like going to the poll. We elect people because we seen them on TV or they said hi to us in the community. Most of our politicians, most of them, not all of them, I look for the some that I'm excluding. Most of them are not connected enough with our community in order to be effectively part of the change. We had some elected officials down at City Hall with us who were monumental in changes. Jamadi Williams, Ajanique Miller, Vanessa Gibson, Public Advocate Jamadi Williams, and now District Attorney Melinda Katz. They were all out there this morning.
Right.
And had not before for some of their advocacy, you know, this train that we're running might have went along a little slower.
Right.
It might have been a steam train as opposed to a locomotive, you know. So it's and like I say, you know, we don't, and you know, even in my life, I never changed.
Right.
I evolved in understanding that
Right.
some of the things that I was doing could be done a different way. Erica Ford was once called the angry peacemaker, and she tells that in her stories often. And like you said, Robbie, she had to be more peaceful to express her anger.
Right.
And that's what we have to do. That 1 second. I told a young person the other day, 0 to 100, it's not measured by time. It's measured by an attitude and a thought. And you can lose your whole life.
Yeah.
Going from 0 to 100 without taking a moment back, stepping back, breathing, and just moving in place. Because, you know, Born, me and you ain't supposed to be doing nothing like this, man, where we came from, man.
We here.
We here,
We
beloved.
survived,
Beautiful,
man.
man.
Like I said, the wheel doesn't have to be reinvented, man.
That's right.
We put the work in for youth to understand how to just kind of stand on our shoulders like we stood on our elders' shoulders.
That's right.
So once again, having you guys here is very instrumental to the youth. You're coming from a real aspect, and the youth can see that. They know when somebody's just talking to them or talking down to them without relating, and this is very important.
Not to cut you up, but that's one of the things about our organization is that we use credible messengers. So people that been through the system, been in the streets, been in these neighborhoods, to be able to relate to these kids and like, look, I done wasted my whole life, and if I could turn some things around, I would. You ain't got to do that. You know what I'm saying? So it's a wonderful thing that to have that backing. It's a team, and everybody got a role, and it fits in. So we try to hit the kids from all angles. Yeah. Acting, music, the real. You know what I'm saying? However we can get the message, that's all we trying to do. We just trying to save lives. That's it.
Sure.
And sometimes the youth are scared to express their talents because some of their friends may not be as talented, and they kind of, don't have the avenue to express certain things.
Well, we got a RV with a studio on a bus, so we have something called Pain on Beats, where we bring in, kids, schools, whatever, and even if you're not really an artist, just to get whatever you feeling inside out.
Right.
Just get it out. You know what I'm saying? The therapy, you know how black people do therapy.
Right.
This is an unconventional therapeutic way of getting the kid and a way to listen. You know what I'm saying? The kids get to rapping and poetry. They saying some real stuff that, you know what I'm saying, you might miss prior. So, like, again, every angle we trying to, try to understand them and listen.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
And once again, fellas, I appreciate y'all coming.
Appreciate
y'all very
man.
busy. Nation building. Doing the work to save the human families on the planet Earth.
That's right.
Civilize the uncivilized.
That's right,
and
brother.
And that is our job. That is our duty.
Yeah.
So once again, before you go, brother, do you want to bless us with some of your thespian work so we could see?
Okay, I'm gonna give you one line, and first I want to add on to what y'all was saying, that a young person doesn't care how much you know. He just wants to know how much you care.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important that we do that. So there's a scene where brother asked me, did I kill somebody? He said, you killed the man, not God. I said, yes, I did. And then he says, he said, with nobody else but you. I said, that's right. And so he said, in your own free will. And I tell him, I said, was it my free will to be molested, sodomized and abused by the age of 5? Was it my free will to turn into drugs and alcohol as a result of that shit? Was it my free will to be manic, depressive, paranoid, schizophrenic? Nah, people don't want to hear about none of that. All they want to hear about and cry for the victims. They don't hear none about that. They just want to cry about the victims. What about my victimization? That's all I'm going to give you right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Brilliant. Definitely come check out this brother's production, Jesus Jumped the A-Train.
Woo!
Once again, plug that again, God.
Yeah. Okay, so Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, January 17th, 18th, and 19th, Friday, 8 o'clock, Saturday, 6 o'clock, Sunday, 4 o'clock. Community talk backs every single night. And Jesus Hopped the A-Train, it is about incarceration, criminal justice reform, leadership, and lawyers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And how you are treated by correction officers.
Yes, sir. So with that being said, peace, family.
Peace, brother.
And we will get together.